What is up, Toast Gang? I cannot comprehend your e-girl problems right now because I am far too busy vibing. I probably won't choose such pleasant music next time because it was very difficult for me to just give up listening to that and start the stream. Seagulls are out in force right now, but here we are. We're going to be looking at some absolutely atrocious YouTube horror content now. Oh, hello, Emma. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing.
Welcome, this person who's got 90% of my name.
Hey. But yes, welcome everybody to the stream. We are going to be reacting to some content. Now, I have not actually watched any of these videos. There has been very little vetting on this occasion, but I know the channels at the very least, which we'll be reacting to.
It's 10 to 10. Why is there cars?
People got places to be, you know?
Up our street?
Yeah, absolutely. People got to drive down this one-way street en masse. So we're gonna take a look at some content, but first we're probably gonna chit chat for a little while everybody's here. Just, you know, say hello, spread the joy, the love. Very pleased about Gracie, the award we won. If anyone's interested, anyone who doesn't know, perhaps you're not on the Discord. It was the Audience Choice Award at the festival. The only festival we've been to at the moment. We've entered others, but we haven't heard back yet. Audience Choice Award for Best Short Film. It beat, to the best of my knowledge, I think it was 84 other films.
Yep.
And it was voted by the audience rather than by judges. So very, very happy. I don't know anyone who was in the audience, so it wasn't like a popularity contest either. If it was, we would have lost because nobody watches our channel. Except you, 93 people.
Hello, Iguana Boy.
Welcome to the gang. Welcome to the Toast Gang, Iguana Boy. Glad to have you here. Award-winning filmmaker Jacob Sherwood, leader of the Cobe Nation. Jacob Cobe and Michael Sherwood. Well, thank you guys. So, really, really happy with all of that. So we're gonna apparently we're quiet. It's bouncing a lot on my screen, suggesting that the volume is good, but you guys seem to have a different reaction to it. So let me just turn up the gain a little bit. You might hear some background noise. That's kind of the what's the phrase I'm looking for? The sort of the trade-off is what I'm trying to say. There was a word for it. It escaped me. Thank you very much, Vertigo22, for the 222. Number 15, Jeffrey Woods eye lettuce. The last thing you want in your Jeffrey Woods burge is cheese.
Well,
that's why I don't do improv.
Well, it's the one
my
thing
my whole show is improv. I don't know why I say I don't do improv. Literally, Better Greenmaster. It's like 70. No, it's like 30% reading a story and like 70% improv.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a shame it doesn't have cheese, which is like the most of Jeff the Killer content is just pure cheese.
Nailed it. We out. That's award-winning right there.
Yes.
Award-winning comedy from Gemma Milne.
Yes.
Who's also an award-winning filmmaker because it was the film that won the award and she was one of the people that made it. So
yes.
Vis-a-vis, we're both award winners.
Name.
Come here and get dunked on.
Yeah, my name is on the film multiple times.
Your Chill's voice is your Onion voice. Yeah, I you know, like most people, I'm not one of these guys who can do hundreds of voices because otherwise that's what my YouTube channel would be. And there's that guy, I can't remember his name, but there's that guy who does all the cartoon voices and he has little songs that he sings like All Star as different cartoon characters and things.
Oh, Brock Baker.
Yeah, Brock Baker. I mean, I don't know if that's his I don't know if that's his name because I just went, oh yeah, like I.
It is Brock Baker.
Yeah, because
I watch it.
But I sort of pretended that I recognized the name when you said it, and I felt immediately very dishonest when I did that.
Okay. But I know who you're talking about.
Okay, well that's good. Thank you very much, Tanyak or Tanya K. I don't know, Tanyak58. Like that's very Klingon sounding. Tanyak. £2. We need to revive Vine so we can start vining. Well, unfortunately, we now have TikTok, which is like Vine, except it's a Chinese data mine. The neighbor's kid.
Funny.
I thought you were the neighbor's skid. The neighbor's kid. $2. Number 15. Toby's friend at Nintendo. We all know he doesn't have a friend at Nintendo.
But he does have.
He doesn't though, does he?
No, I was about to say, but he does have a couple of imaginary friends.
Yeah, like the Great Gazoo.
The Great Gazoo, Andrew.
I was quite serious about the Rupert merchandise, by the way, guys. We gotta make that magic happen. So the first video I want to look at. It would help if I started capturing from my screen, really, wouldn't it? The first video I want to look at. Sorry, there's some kind of Too Fast, Too Furious situation happening outside my house, so just bear with me.
It's the gayest film on TV.
It's called He Loves to Watch Her Sleep. ... Now, these guys, this was such an important video to get out, they didn't have time to finish putting the ellipses on, so they only put 2 dots at the end. So that's how you know this is going to be quality content that's meant to be taken very seriously. So let's have a peruse, let's have a watch.
Bro, how do you feel safe going here if this guy's own daughter is afraid of
Oh, these guys, I've seen.
He sounded really mad, and then he just stared at me, drooled.
I just realized that my mic has a mute button, so I don't need to keep going on OBS.
Oh yeah, that's real.
Yeah, so I'm not certain that this content isn't faked. I mean, could it be real? I think yes. Let's have a look.
I'm actually really
6
impressed
million views.
with your Mutahar impression.
That was pretty on point, wasn't it? I was pretty happy considering my Chills impression's pretty shocking.
Yeah, I think I can do a moderately okay Chills impression when I want to.
Here's what I want to. I don't want to right now because people are looking. But maybe when no one's here, you know, you'll do your Chills impression. It will be 10 out of 10.
Say huge thanks to Raid Shadow Legends
To read Shadow Legends
for sponsoring this video.
That is a little bit better than mine, to be fair.
It's like Corey Taylor. Side like grew a few inches.
Don't say Corey Taylor, all right? Because when you say Corey Taylor, it makes me think of Nostalgia Critics of the Wall. And when I think of Nostalgia Critics of the Wall, I think of Fenner. Okay, so there's this whole like furry. Perhaps I shouldn't say furry and then say rabbit hole, but I've kind of gone there now in my mind. Someone can give me a better expression than rabbit hole, but there's this whole rabbit hole in my mind now. With all that I just tumble down. Going from Gracie to this gives people whiplash. Yeah, well, here's the thing as well. This is what pisses me off. So I'm going to be extremely bitter for a moment. In fact, actually not for a moment, for several hours while we stream. So Gracie's got weird because it has 2021 in the title and has 2021 views. So it has 2021 views and has been out about 2.5 weeks, right? This has been out a little bit longer than that, not much, and has 6 million views. Now I know we're appealing to very different markets, but I feel like I put a lot more effort into that, and personally, I think I'm deserving of a little more attention than perhaps this is. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys will see something here that I don't see. Hang on, guys. Let's go back to that disclaimer for a moment.
Welcome back.
Wow, we're gonna.
Loud equals scary.
Okay, these videos are produced with the intention to entertain and for artistic. The act you see should not be replicated. All right.
Hi, I'm Parker, and this is my friend Chester. And welcome back.
You okay? You okay, Parker? You've not been sleeping there, buddy? So this is what the life of a professional ghost and cryptid hunter is like. You can see around the eyes here that the poor guy has not slept in a very long time. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame for him.
So for this episode, We received an email from an 18-year-old girl named Bailey who
Just again, maybe it's because I've been reading far too much Onision on this channel, but I'm like, we received an email from an 18-year-old girl. I swear she was 18. saying rate my body out of 10.
It said 18 on the profile. I'm not going to dig any further than that.
Yeah, there was no vetting involved. They just let all these people submit photos of themselves half naked to my website. It did say you have to be 18, so clearly I am blameless.
recently returned home from college to discover her whole family gone, except for her dad, standing. Bailey says that there's something different with her dad. He appears to have been in some sort of accident, and he's too confused to explain where her
Appears to
mom
have been in
and
some
her
sort of
little
accident.
sister
I feel like if you'd got back from college, again, I probably shouldn't be thinking too much about the plot to this video, but I feel like if you got back from college, you would figure out what was wrong with your own father quite quickly. You know, it's like, have you been in a car accident? I feel like that's something you could get a yes or no answer out of quite quickly, and you probably wouldn't let go until you got a yes or no answer out of it. But it's like, yeah, I feel like he was, I don't know, in like a car accident or something.
But I'm unsure. I didn't check. I didn't go into detail.
Thank you, Ian McDonald, for the $1.99. Toby's inability to say carotid is scarier. Have you... So, there's a likelihood there are people in the chat right now that haven't seen the video of Toby trying to say carotid. It is one of the funniest videos on the channel. So, there's a video just called... It's called Cataroid. It's spelled similar to cataract. Catteroid, which is how he pronounces it. Just literally type... Because it's a fake word. Just type Cataroid into YouTube and you'll find it. I'm very pleased with it. But, you know, after the stream. Don't do it right now.
He's also been trying to get into her room at night.
And
so
it was
she's
on
been
for my
keeping
movie
her
Within. If
door
no one has
locked.
seen that, go
Bailey
watch it.
says that she loves her dad, but now he's so different that she's too afraid to spend another night with him alone. She sent us this video for proof.
Dad overdosed on Flintstones gummy vitamins.
What are you doing?
Okay, so why is he sleep like?
He just, what are you doing? Come.
We'll just take a look at this frame for a moment because it just is funny to look at. But why at home are you sleeping in a hospital gown?
Yeah.
So tonight we've decided to go.
Oh, I
to
know why,
Bailey's
because
house
they're
and
scary.
see what's
Hospital gowns
happening
are
with her
scary.
dad when
So
she's
people
not
think of
watching.
sickness,
But
and
first,
therefore
a
you're.
quick word from our
It's
sponsor.
very easy for you to just tap into that for a cheap scare. Oh, there's an advert here. We need that. What's great about this as well is I know it's one of those things that I don't feel like he's necessarily presenting that it as real, but I don't think he's making enough of an effort to say that it is fictionalized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like there's an element of this. So again, it says they are produced with intent to entertain. Do not replicate these acts, but it never says these are works of fiction. And bearing in mind the audiences is probably children, I think that's a little bit disingenuous. But here's the thing. Within the narrative of this world, these guys are YouTubers, and they are going out and investigating these things and presenting their findings to the world. But it's really important that we break 2 minutes in for an advert for what I assume will be Raid Shadow Legends.
They always lose. What's going on? Yeah, because you're making you've got life luxury.
I was going to say, I don't know if you always lose, buddy. You got 4.86 million subscribers. I feel like, if anything, I'm the one who's losing in this scenario.
We're the loser.
Yeah.
If you need a game to play, just download Raid
The
Shadow
thing is, the guy who
Shadow
plays
Legends?
Parker, or is Parker,
Raid Shadow Legends is one of the biggest mobile
slightly
games
like
right now that
Noah
everyone is
Maxwell
playing.
from
In
Tri
this
12,
game,
and
you literally
kind of weirds me out.
So again, that goes with the. We received an email from an 18-year-old,
Yes.
18-year-old woman. She was 18. Okay, I'm telling you.
save the world by
Totally not into
slaying
bestiality, you
dragons,
guys.
exploring
another
dungeons,
thing he
and
did.
fighting against millions of real people. Chester and I think the level of detail.
One day there'll be a
and
Tribe 12
characters in this
stream,
game are
but it's not
insane.
today.
You can play as scary champions like Harvest Jack, Mashaled, this guy, and this guy.
We've got to be careful, guys. We don't want too many more people in the stream chat because if you get too famous, you do just become a colossal pervert. Start fucking kids and animals. So, just for my own sake and the sake of the kids and animals around me, let's cap the chat here at 120.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm probably going to have to euthanize Tom because I went on his stream and on Twitch and he had 3.5k people watching. I was like, Tom, you're going to end up noncing. That's too many people.
Bro, how do you feel safe going here if this guy's own daughter is afraid of him?
That's what the algorithm
yeah,
does.
dude, I never said I felt safe. All we know is that her dad was in an accident.
Look at that face! Oh my goodness. Like, you know those videos where Moist Critical, like, fake acts?
Yes.
Like, making fun, of people? Where he, like, exaggerates a reaction or whatever. This is exactly the face that he makes.
Well, her dad's accident's none of our business. We're not doctors.
The accident that is only being referred to as an
For all we
accident
know,
and
this guy
nothing
could,
else.
like, be in a lot of pain. Well, let's just keep driving so we can talk to
That's
Bailey,
so
okay?
unclear about what
Gotta
happened to
relax.
this guy. He was in some kind of accident. Anyway, he's now taller than is conceivable for a person, and he's got funny leg arms, and he wears hospital clothes all the time. Like, surely that's the more interesting part. Oh, he was in an accident, and he's now 9 feet tall.
It was the
I wouldn't be
9 foot tall man.
I wouldn't be fixated on the, he was in an accident, like he can't stop watching his kids sleep. More like, yeah, he was in an accident that made him grow larger than any man has ever been.
Okay.
Maybe we should get the press in on this. Maybe.
Well, that's what they did. They got Life of Luxury. The sad thing is, these guys probably would get more attention than the mainstream press.
Oh, it's a David Lynch movie.
Wait, it's right here, dude.
No, it's not.
We gotta pull over.
I'm far too
Bro, this house
bored
looks
for one
totally-
thing.
Are you sure you actually want to go in there?
I'm sure, yeah. Let's just
I'm.
go.
Here's the thing, though. So
He's sleeping now.
you likened it. Yeah, he's just falling asleep. Look at the fucking state of him. You likened it to a David Lynch movie. But here's the thing: a David Lynch movie would be dealing with far less conceptually frightening stuff than this,
Yeah,
but would be frightening me more
I know.
because those films are atmospheric and creative and get under your skin.
I just want the chat to know that the geckos are out and they're trying to watch the screen with us.
Hence the spraying. I'm just making sure that I know Spike's got loads. I'm just giving Gustavo a little extra moisture.
Wait, fine.
Yeah, I was more meaning just the road. I was just like,
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah,
I know.
there's something in the chat, so do not insult the name of David Lynch like that.
That was a full-on besmirchment,
Yeah.
which is a word I don't get to use very often. So, who's worse? These guys are J Station. I think J Station because he fully committed to the whole illusion and trying to present it as real. Whereas these guys are perhaps a little bit more open, although they're not fully open, saying yes, it's definitely fake. They are presenting it in such a way that basically that they're guiltless. They go, no, look, it says entertainment. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you're NA Productions. Because I feel like he wouldn't get constantly angry at nothing and blame others for his problems. He'd just annoy me and be loud.
Yeah.
And with loud people, I can just put my headphones on.
True. Yeah, I think I'd go with NNA Productions as well. Like the actress who voices Chloe in Life is Strange. I've been playing a game called The Outer Worlds, and she plays one of your companions in there, and I like the character, but the voice is really jarring when you spent about 2 years playing Life is Strange with fucking Chloe Price. I'm just like,
You spent a long. I mean, you say playing, it's more watching, isn't it? And occasionally pressing walk.
no, you were watching. I was pressing the buttons.
It's not playing though, is it?
Yeah.
It's not a game.
It's not a game.
It's I've said this about it before. It's a DVD menu.
Yeah, I suppose.
Tanyak 58. Thank you for the £5. Did you watch the Scare Theatre video? Excuse me? Did you watch the Scare Theatre video about the homunculus theory before he deleted it? He syringed his own cum into chicken eggs. Lol. Scare Theatre on some fucking Christian shit. That's
What?
mental. That's insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen back to the stream to see how quiet we are, because someone did say that that Jacob, you're very quiet. So I'm just gonna.
I'm
check.
next to the microphone.
You seem quiet. Yeah, she doesn't seem quiet on my end.
Yeah, Gemma just turned her mobile phone volume up on the stream, and it was like blasting really loud. So I know it could be your end. My mic's a bit weird for shit like that. Like I've noticed that sometimes people with headphones are you're really quiet on. Ever since I got this mic, I might replace it eventually. Anyway.
And I was expecting to see my whole family, you know, my mom and my little sister and my dad. When I came home, I realized my mom and sister were gone.
So your dad was the only one from your family here?
Yeah, and when I first got home, I walked in and
I'm trying to figure out how narratively this is being filmed. Because I assume it's actually being filmed with one camera back and forth as multiple takes. But we cut to... This is obviously a conversation that's meant to be happening on camera because the camera's a part of the narrative. We cut to an angle just then that I don't think would be possible. Oh, actually, maybe. Maybe it would be. I'm just thinking... No, I think you could. You could just about put the camera there without it being seen. Yeah. Because it would be about, like... I don't think you guys can see my cursor. It would be about here. I feel like it would just be kind of here where the white curtain is, but... I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. Let's skip forward. I'm gonna skip forward a wee bit.
in my doorway, drooling.
What?
I thought he was going.
It's just frustrating, this kind of content. Like the acting is just there's no effort gone into it. You know, the light looks like shit because they do like it's real, it's a documentary, so we don't have to light it properly. I'm thinking, well, have you watched the documentary? They're lit properly.
Yeah.
Again, it's this like the audio quality's fine and everything. It's not like it sounds like shit, but this is a guy again with 4.86 million subscribers. And sorry to suck my own dick or anything, here. I'm not saying that, Gracie is the fucking greatest movie ever made or whatever. But I think in terms of lighting, it looks significantly fucking better than this.
Yeah, this is like, they've got one light on both
So
sides.
what have you noticed that's
just-
different about his behavior and
it's-
his personality?
It's not a very good one either. It's like they've just put like a torch in
Like,
front
we
of
were
him.
best friends, but he doesn't talk to me anymore. I think the only
It doesn't look
thing
good.
he said
And
to
the
me
resolution's
since I got
rotten as
home
well.
was
Dolphin
asking if
man.
he could meet my
Half
friends.
dolphin, half
He
man.
wants to meet my new friends I made in college. He also seems really confused. I tried to care for him. but
Thank you, Calvin,
he
for the
just wants to stay in
$5.
his room all day.
I'll pause to read super chats because I think the issue might be that the video is loud rather than I'm quiet. But thank you, Calvin, who simply says goober.
Thank you
I think
very
it
much,
gets
Calvin.
to the point. Thank you very much, Mr. The Coin 12. I really, really like your display picture.
Yes, it is.
I can't quite get my head around it. I just like it a lot. Thank you very much for the €25. He simply says, why?
Why
That is a
indeed?
difficult question to answer.
I genuinely think it's a turtle wearing a hat and glasses.
It's definitely an animal wearing a hat and some sunglasses. I just couldn't make out what it was. I couldn't work out if it was some kind of fish or... It's very small on the screen, isn't it?
The Woody, thanks for the $4.99. I like Mr. Nightmare and Nextpo, but I have not heard of the other ones.
So he says, do you like channels like Mr. Nightmare, Billy Styler, Nextpo, Nightmare Files, Horror Shorts Party, and Nick Crowley? Yeah, I don't know most of those channels, but I'm familiar with Nextpo, and I quite like Nextpo or Nightmare Expo. I think he's cool.
Yes.
Pardon me, that was gross. I do apologise. There was an episode where he had Corpse Husband on, and that's how I found out about him. And the guy, he gets like this close to the microphone, and it really annoys me. because I actually thought what he had to say was good. It was one of those videos about like I think it was about creepy like predators on the internet, and he but he got like this close to the microphone, and all I could hear was the saliva in his mouth. And it was like, dude, get the fuck away from the mic! It's all like saliva, saliva, saliva the entire time. It's all I could hear.
Yeah, do you know that occasional?
But it had a good mic. It wasn't like with me, where I'm using like a mic that's kind of a bit shit, or sort of crowded around it. It's gonna sound rough, right? This guy had like a really high quality microphone, and I could just hear like the his tongue slapping around in his mouth and like the spit going between his teeth. It was just fucking grim. Thank you, Daniel Giovanello or Giovanillo. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that.
Giovanniello.
Giovanniello. That sounds nicer than what I said. So yours is probably closer. Her dad clearly has super Alzheimer's. It's the only possible explanation. Thank you very much, Sam, for the $5 and the many, many lizards. We appreciate them here, don't we?
Yes.
I need to clear my throat. Let me just mute the mic. All right, sorry about that. I hate when I can hear people slurring. It's gross. Yeah, basically, it was super disgusting. No, the guy has a very deep voice, but what I'm saying is, he was just doing this thing. It might, I mean, to be fair, someone in the chat saying that was Mama Mac, so maybe it was somebody else. It was a dude with a deep voice, anyway.
Corpse Husband, I used to watch his content back when he wasn't as big as he is now. Like now he's
now he does music with chills.
And an occasional Cortex watches him play Among Us videos. Genuinely, that does exist.
I love that we made occasional Cortex stick. I'm very happy with that.
Yes.
Let's go back to this garbage.
Every night I can hear him groaning. I'm not sure if he's in pain. I also hear this really weird old music coming from his room at night. I think he's watching something.
Okay, so Chester and I kind of...
Like, how does this script manage to be vague and specific at the same time? I also hear this weird old music coming from his room at night.
Like, I can't tell what it is.
I want to go
It's
Sounds
just
jovial.
it's got that super kind of creepypasta writing style.
Except it's not as specific as, like, it was playing the Song of Healing, but backways. Gemma really out here saying I watched Corpse Husband before he was cool. Yeah, I said it.
Why?
I said it.
It could be like mentally unstable.
Dude, we're just talking. It's no big deal. Come on, what's going on?
Oh my god. I know we shouldn't really be shaming people on how they look.
Dude, wait.
But I'm going to. This guy's eyes, man. Just get some sleep. You're a young lad. You know, so perhaps you haven't thought about moisturizer and stuff like that. But maybe you should take good care of your skin, because you're gonna get into your 40s and your whole face is gonna be all cracked up. Like, you gotta just put some
Get a skin routine.
yeah, some of that aloe vera stuff around your eyes. You know, a couple of tea bags on there occasionally. Just take better care of yourself, is what I'm saying.
It's because he's
You
up
know?
all night doing shit like this.
Yeah,
That's what
just
he's
like-
fucking doing.
But you're obviously not really hunting ghosts. It's obviously make-believe. So just take good care of yourself.
I don't think we
You
should
know,
talk to this guy.
you're a fucking celebrity, for God's sake. You are held, whether you like it or not. You're going to be held to a higher standard than the rest of us.
Why?
He could be like mentally unstable.
He's just looking like this. He's just sort of like
Yeah,
eyes
just-
wide, kind of like going, I'm trying to stay awake.
I'm not going to.
Like, Cobe was the only person that could see me doing what I was doing.
Oh, okay.
Which kind
I
of-
also wasn't looking.
Yeah, I was just picking my
Oh, you were
eyes
doing a
covers.
thing. Okay, yeah, because I was looking at the screen.
Bro, there was a hole in Bailey's closet and she's gone. Yo, we gotta get out of here, bro. Come on. Come on, get us.
Now be quiet from Jesus Christ when we run into him in the dark abandoned house where he lives. It's like Sam.
Oh my god, this fucking amounted to nothing.
Yep.
the most interesting part of the whole thing. They went, yeah, there was a hole in the closet and she's disappeared. Okay, where does the hole lead? Surely that's the next bit of the story, right?
No.
That's where the build-up takes us. Oh, he wasn't in a car accident. There's this hole takes you somewhere, and there's the whole thing to do, you know. I don't know, because I didn't fucking write it. I don't know what the hole means, but, like, that's surely the next part of the story. No? Okay. Fuck us, the audience, I guess.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. Let's try to smash 100,000 likes for the...
Yeah, we want to get 100,000 likes. And then maybe we'll call the police. Embarrassing.
What's the comments
Embarrassing
like?
content. Dang, Bailey, when did you get so tall? Chester's last words. Fucking Return of the King, apparently. Yeah. Luxury. He loves to watch her sleep. Me. That's Santa's job, you pervert.
How old are you? Are you allowed on YouTube?
They're gonna be kids.
There's a Chester touches the dad things and insults him. Dad tried to drag Chester in closet. Me shouldn't have had insulted him and touched his stuff. What a shame.
I actually kind of like this comment. I like how the Scary Bones vids are 11 feet tall and have like 5 chunks of hair left. Well, and gave like 5 chunks of hair left, and they don't even say anything about it. Yeah, they're... No one reacts, do they?
No.
I like how there are literally no decorations whatsoever in any of the houses. Yeah, that seems to be a recurring theme. Yeah, so that was shite.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the next one will be better. Now we're going to watch Slapped Ham.
Hi, my name is Slapped Ham.
So good. It's like, welcome everybody.
My name is Callum.
So, my name's Callum and welcome to Slapped Ham. If he doesn't do it, I'm going to be really annoyed now. Just sitting there riffing on the Slapped Ham thing.
He just goes, he goes, ham.
Slapped Ham.
Oh no, vertical video.
Terrifying.
No one can
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slapped Ham.
He said it kind of normal that time. I've seen some of the videos. To be fair, no, this one's really recent. Maybe he got wind of the fact that everyone was making fun of him because I remember there was a bunch of them where he was just like, "I'm Callan, this is Slapped Ham."
No one can explain these mysterious videos.
Look at that face. I always pause. I feel really bad for this guy. I always pause at the worst possible moments.
It's alright, he's just waiting for his Nintendo Switch to come in.
It's mean. You're mean.
Am I mean? Am I mean? Yeah. Okay, I'm mean.
Flying White Lady. I think what intrigued me about wanting to click this video, because I haven't watched it yet, but it's the fact it's called No One Can Explain These Mysterious Videos. And I feel like if we all watch them together as a group, all 156 of us together, we can probably explain every single one of them.
Like Bean
As
Daddy.
a team. Like if I can't, Gemma can. If Gemma can't, doubtlessly one of you can.
One of the 154 of you.
Yeah.
Bean Daddy's like, okay, every woman this guy has ever dated has cheated on him.
So harsh. Stop it, guys. We're not here to look shame the guy, alright? We're here to make fun of his content.
It's like, hey, I'm Callum and this is Slapped Ham. Today I'm gonna get this girl to slap my ham.
This man has never slapped a hand. Fuck. Right.
Sorry, comments.
Today we're looking at some mysterious videos that have left the authorities baffled. So hit that subscribe button.
What authorities? What authorities specifically were left baffled by these videos? Callum, you can't just say that and then just leave it in the air.
And get ready for more creepy content. just like this. In one YouTube video uploaded by Bush Ting, we get a glimpse of not just one bizarre incident, but several haunting occurrences.
We all ready for the several haunting occurrences?
Yeah, I will say this. His actual sort of like channel intro and the way the name looks and everything, it kind of looks like the sort of sign for like a brothel or a nightclub. If you go back
Like
to
like a strip club.
yeah, strip club. It was like the pink and it being called something like Slapped Ham.
I like that you couldn't remember the name strip club, so you just thought, well, it's like a brothel or nightclub. It's somewhere in between those.
Yes.
One completely debauched, fairly not. Somewhere in between those activities. And straight away I knew what you meant.
Yes. Thank you.
Like, it's like a nightclub, but people are naked, but you can't have sex with them. Right.
Yeah, there we go.
The CCTV footage shows the interior of the workspace. For the first 10 seconds or so, all seems normal.
Is that guy videoing his mobile phone?
I certainly hope
All of
not.
a sudden, the door in the background of the workspace seems to move all on its own.
The door opens.
Whoa, completely inexplicable. You know what? I take it all back. Go surreal.
Go
A
surreal,
door-
you guys.
A door moved.
Shit.
Guys, you know, wind exists. That means ghosts do. No, this is absolutely inexplicable. There is no way any scientist could explain this video. Nope. No one can explain these mysterious videos. A door fucking moved slightly. That's it. Go surreal. No longer a skeptic. Thank you very much for Neighbor's Kid for the $5. I'm gonna ask this girl to slap my ham under the table. Anyway, here's a video of a ghost or something.
The scary door.
Some kind of monster. These are just examples. It could also be something much better.
The woman
the scary
working
door.
was over for a few moments before going back to her task. Soon after, something frightening happens. Watch.
Okay, here it is.
He's filming his mobile phone. I cannot believe it.
The woman reacts as if something touched her.
Definitely means there's ghosts.
Real ghosts.
A woman who's on her own thought she felt something touch her. Definitely means there's ghosts.
Real life, actual ghosts.
If we rewatch the footage and zoom in, we can see that the woman's hair moves as if something touches it. The woman jumps up in response, feeling her hair and looking
Yeah,
around.
that's
Then
absolute
leaves the
proof.
room.
How long
Again,
has
some of the doors here are open. Anything could have caused that. Wind is a
Aircon.
thing. Air conditioner is a thing. Bugs are a thing that exist. But no, definitely a ghost.
out of the room?
No one can explain this mysterious video.
The video then cuts to another security camera in a different location of the office. A worker enters
A
the room
worker
and
enters
begins
the
to
room.
shift through some items off camera.
Off camera. So this has always been a bone of contention for me and people on the internet. Why do people with terrible like vocal cadence and just bad voices in general, why are they successful presenters? It just confuses me. Grey Warden Invasion, thank you very much for the €5. Slapped Ham literally uses parts of commercial clips sometimes and tries to sell them as paranormal events caught on camera. Yeah, he's a dickhead, and that's why we had to make fun of him.
And that's why I said that his Switch was in the post, and that's why he looked so sad.
Tanyak says, gives us £2 first, so thank you, and says, we interrupt these slapped hams to bring you water.
Now keep an eye on the wheelchair.
Oh no! Something with wheels!
I know, right? It's not like it's one of the stationary fucking chairs. It's the one that literally has wheels. Is moving. Is my god. Definitely
On its own.
is proof of the supernatural.
The man turns around and pushes the wheelchair out of the way, seemingly unaware of what's just happened.
Oh no, it moved again!
The video then cuts back to the first camera angle. Lights begin to flicker on and off. In the bottom right of frame, we can see something strange.
There's
appear.
literally no explanation for
I
that.
can see something strange. That's literally the reflection of the person recording it. Callum, you can't be serious. That's their sleeve. You fucking nut. Oh my god, look at that. That's you. You're the one making that.
Shape. A couple of seconds later, the woman points to one of the computer screens, and both she and the
I love as well, like, one of the massive, like, scary things is, oh, the lights are flickering. I'm like, you ever had a light bulb for a long time, or just had shit wiring in your home or place of work? You will see things like that.
Mm-hmm.
One of our light bulbs isn't, one of our light fittings isn't in properly and needs fixing. It's just as you enter, it's in the hallway. It does that.
Yeah, like, we had an...
Now, granted, there are millions of ghosts hanging out in our house, obviously.
Yeah, like, no, because, like, we had this thing happen, like, right, and, obviously there was completely no explanation for it, but we had, like, the Wii sensor on the back of our television,
Yeah.
and,
It appeared, obviously it didn't, but it appeared to just launch itself violently across the room.
yeah,
None of us at the time could figure out how or why that happened. But then again, we didn't have a camera on it, and therefore couldn't look at the footage and go, oh, it was this.
mm-hmm. But yeah, it just was, like, 2 o'clock in the morning, we're sitting up watching TV, and it was, like, at the time, it's, like,
Yeah,
That
it was
was a
quite,
bit-
it was quite spooky, wasn't
that
it?
was a bit spooky, wasn't it? Yeah. But,
The employees
we're not
stand
gonna
up.
go, that was proof of ghosts,
Yeah.
let's move.
Yeah, that definitely means our house is haunted. And one of the lights downstairs flickers.
Up and turn around.
Tanyak. Thanks for £2. We'll sleep now. Hope the stream goes well.
Thank you very much for all your donations, and enjoy your sleep.
Yes.
A lot happens in this set of video clips, but no explanations being given to make sense of these eerie events.
No explanations. No explanations are needed, Callum. That's the problem. Is that there's no explanations made for these spooky paranormal events, and you're like, dude, one of them was somebody's sleeve, one of them was wind, another was lights flickering, another was something moving that has wheels.
Proof of real
Yeah,
life,
I don't-
actual ghosts.
I don't feel like I'm reaching here or trying to sound overly skeptical when I say none of these really scream out paranormal to me.
Look at him. Look at the boy. Look at him. He's being
Maybe
so
the
cute.
ghostly
Gustav's
presence
being
haunts this
adorable. He's
particular
drinking
workspace, and if so,
moisture
what's
from
its
the
purpose
top
in
of
doing so?
his vivarium, and it's very cute.
Unfortunately, until more information comes to hand, this mysterious clip will have to remain an enigma.
This is like, this mysterious clip will have to remain an enigma. Yeah, no one could possibly solve this mystery without further information. You fucking dolt.
I think I've got something that we could watch, and because it needs to be seen to be believed, and that's that paranormal home inspectors.
Oh god, no. Please.
Yes.
Not paranormal home inspectors.
Yes.
The only good thing about that show is that they sandwich the non-paranormal guy in the middle of the idiots. So he goes and checks it out. Goes, yeah, the house is on a slant, so things move. The air conditioning's broken upstairs, so it gets hot.
I know.
And then the medium comes in. It's like, yeah, like a kid died here or something, and he's making the upstairs warm. It's like, shut up, you idiot.
We do need a Gustav stream, Raptor.
Hey peeps, just a quick interlude to let
Hey
you know today's
peeps,
episode is brought to you
where are
by
you
Raid
from?
Shadow Legends.
Of course it fucking is.
It's Raid Shadow Legends again.
And like, I thought Raid Shadow Legends was over, right? But the last video we watched, the one from J Station 2.0, was from last month. This one's from this month. In fact, this is from last week. This video, and it's got a. So I guess Raid Shadow Legends has moved on from like commentary and comedy YouTubers, and now is sponsoring shitty horror channels. Anyway, thank you, Scootaloo R. Mayfly, for the $5. I like how all these people are either unaware or just use logic, but the video is like, ghosts!
And Sam,
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the $10. Being a YouTube, you're obviously some sort of mental health care expert. How do I deal with the crippling depression that excrement obviously causes?
Just stop pooping. You know, if excrement is causing you depression, unless you mean that excrement as in watching this content, in which case there is no cure, because if you stop watching garbage like this, and my God, Gustavo is looking at me and it's amazing and I love him so much and he's my son. But if you stop watching content like this, you'll find something else awful to watch, because 99% of all internet content is hot fucking garbage and is unbearable to watch. Okay, don't startle him. Sorry. Well, now I'm being distracted because Gemma has Gustavo out of his Viv now, and he's being cute.
Now it's awesome sponsors like these that
Oh
allow
God, he's
us
gonna
to
watch
keep
Slapped
making
Ham
the
with us.
content that you
Yeah.
know and love.
This is really what we want him to
Stop,
learn
what
about
are you
human
doing?
culture.
Have you taken down the Demon Lord yet? Crushed the Ice Golem? Ascended the Doom Tower?
Just an
What
ad
about
for
fought against
fucking
millions of
Raid.
real fresh set of
So
game after
As soon
embarrassing.
as you're in game,
What a joke. Yeah, Tom got approached by Raid Shadow Legends. He told,
Yeah, during the filming of Gracie.
yeah, he told them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Which obviously is his king behaviour.
Yes, because Tom is a king.
museums of
Oh, hold on, that wheelchair's moving again.
Oh shit!
interesting objects and pieces of art.
Careful with the volume of your voice, we hold and get
What
stuff.
about spirits?
Floating
That was
light.
the
Alright,
question at the
okay.
forefront of many viewers' minds while watching a YouTube video from Nurchinsk Museum of
I hope everyone's ready to have their minds blown with conclusive proof of ghosts. Because remember, no one can explain these mysterious videos.
local law. In this video, one potentially otherworldly entity was caught on CCTV footage during closing time at the Russian museum. The footage shows the interior of the museum at night time, with a security officer turning off lights.
Okay.
We can see him walk up a set of stairs in the very back of frame. Soon after he exits, what
That's
seems to be a floating
Okay.
ball
Oh, it's
of
not that. I
light
was going to say that's a person. Surely you don't mean that.
It appears to the right of frame. It zooms throughout the room, continuously
Oh, you've got to be
disappearing and
joking.
reappearing.
That's dust. That's dust.
Cal, we need to have an intervention. Those are dust particles. That is dust flying around. There's a light source right over there. And there's probably like a little sort of infrared-y kind of light on the camera itself. Dust flies around and the light hits it.
The video
That's
then
what that
cuts
is.
to another room in the
Let's look at that again, guys.
It zooms throughout
That's
the room,
dust. Fuck me.
No one can explain these videos, Cope. No one. How dare we even consider explaining these mysterious videos?
Because the thing is, like, I haven't got in here, like, obviously I'm being a bit of a smartass, but, like, I haven't got in here, like, oh, I know so much about, like, debunking ghost videos. You know, it's not something I do very often. It was just like, oh, this will be funny because he says no one can explain it, and I bet we all can. But there's no effort required to explain these videos. There's none whatsoever. The first one was the air conditioning, the wind, bad electricity, and the reflection of the person filming. And this one is fucking dust. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for Slapped Ham for putting this video out.
Me too.
Thank you very much, Fluby, for the $10. Really appreciate it. Horror Channel. Here is this really disturbing case of a murder-suicide. But first I would like to thank today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, it's so inappropriate. Especially on ones like the other video, which was supposed to be like this investigation into this like really scary stuff that was going on.
The one thing I really disliked was Ghost Adventures doing
video
an
then cuts to
investigation
another
of
room
the
in the
hotel
museum,
where
with the same security guard
Elisa
entering the
Lam
room, turning off the lights and exiting.
was found murdered. And they were trying to contact Elisa Lam in her bedroom, and that just really
As
fucking
soon as
bothered
he
me.
walks
'Cause I'm
out the
just like,
door, the same
I'm
ball
not. I'm
of
not going to be a
light
hypocrite.
appears in
I
background,
used a
zipping
picture with that had Elisa Lam in it.
yeah, but that's a picture. You're not
for-
actually.
Ball
for comedy,
eventually makes
for the
its
sake of
way to a
comedy,
piece
so-
of
Yeah,
art in the back
But you
center
used a
of the
picture.
room,
You didn't go
slowly
to the
hovering
hotel
around
room
it for
where
quite
she
some
last
time.
stayed and tried to contact her in order to find out what happened to her.
Well, no,
You
That's
didn't do that.
partly because I don't believe in ghosts, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't
It
waste
leaves
my
the piece of
time
art
trying
alone
to talk
and
to
continues
one.
to float around
Yeah.
the room for the
No, but I
duration
thought
of the
that was
clip.
in such poor taste.
Jacob needs to be sponsored by anything that has raid in its name.
The clip has
People will
garnered
first be
over
like, "Oh no, not
20,000
you too," and then
views
collective
plenty of
sigh of relief.
comments
Yeah, honestly, I would
hypothesizing
love
what
to
could
get
be happening here.
sponsored by the
Some viewers were sure that
the
this was an instance of a
pesticide.
ghost or spirit
Yeah,
visiting
raid
the
bug
museum
spray.
Yeah.
space.
So this
After
episode is
all,
brought to you by
employees have
Raid.
noted in
That's
the
right,
past
Raid. You can
they've heard
use it
strange
to gas people in your home.
Gordon Slamsey, even if she wasn't
Fucking
murdered,
Gordon Slamsey.
yeah, I had
To be
to
fair,
read the
to be
name
fair,
out.
no one knows what happened to her.
Yeah, but even so, like, she was found dead.
Yeah.
So, like, I think any sort of, like, stupid,
Yeah.
like, investigation like that just
It's
really drops
disrespectful
me out.
because her family are still alive and everything. That's just like,
Yeah.
it's not conducive to their healing if you people pulling shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Gustav, look at you, little yellow boy.
Yeah, he's actually watching the telly.
He's so placid. You know, when we got him, he was completely feral. Like Gemma's just tamed him.
Yeah.
He's just so content. Look at him, just enjoying watching a bit of slapped ham with the boys.
Mm-hmm. Actually, at the moment, Spike's like a ton more.
It's mating season, isn't it?
yeah.
So I thought Gustav would be going crazy, but Spike's just like, he's basically Spike's just got a little sign that says "Want woman."
He's like, where are the white women at?
Yeah, he's. Well, I was doing Chris Chan, but the not the sign, the it's like a little tank top
It was
that
like,
Chris
"Want
has. It says
woman."
"Want woman." And he's picturing Spike's just wearing that.
breathing and creaking sounds that didn't come from an obvious source. Some viewers had other suggestions, such as the light actually being a speck of dust or lint on the cameras.
Well, yeah.
In months, the US military has released more and more
Okay,
videos
strange object filmed in sky. Now these ones are usually a little tougher. They're not like specks of dust in front of the lens. So this one might require us to actually think. Let's have a look.
Oh, you're
unidentifiable
talking
flying
about the
objects, giving credence to the possibility that there are spacecrafts that may be coming from other places besides planet Earth. As such, people are starting to speculate that UFO videos, as shared from around the world, are actually genuine. And
I've got a question about UFO videos, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to ask this, and I certainly won't be the last. But it is a question worth asking, especially nowadays, where we've all got a camera that shoots in minimum 1080p in our pocket. Some people have really good phone cameras that shoot 4K. But
Yeah,
we've
mine
all
shoots
got
2K.
Yeah, we've all got decent cameras. I think mine's 2.5K as well. We've all got pretty good video cameras just in our pockets at all times now.
Yeah.
Why do all UFO sightings look like they were shot in 1986?
I have no clue.
Like,
I really don't.
They're always shot on like consumer grade video from the fucking 80s. There's no like clear 4K image, like a video image. I mean, of a UFO.
The thing is, when it comes to UFO videos or anything that comes from space, I am more willing to accept that aliens exist than ghosts. Because, like, it would kind of fucking suck if we were the only people that existed in the universe, like, on this one planet. So, like,
Although from a storytelling perspective, I really like the cosmic horror of that.
Yeah.
Of being completely alone in the universe. I think that's very scary.
That is scary, and I would totally use it.
Yeah,
but it's the idea of
yeah.
like of just being a human, just in general. It just feels like really horrible that we're like the only people out there.
I never actually wrote it, but I was working on the idea for a short film, but I figured it would be too much money to basically try and build like the interior of a spaceship on like a stage. but it was kind of an alternative version of Star Trek almost. It was like, we get to a point where deep space travel is possible, and you go to like a starship's kind of 5-year deep space mission, and they've been out there 5 years and have seen literally nothing, and they're all slowly going insane. But they reach a point in space where there is literally nothing and no stars or anything.
I like
and
that.
There's a madness that comes over them, and yeah, I don't want to tell you too much more in case I actually decide to make it, but that's quite literally a cosmic horror I started working on.
Peter Millich, nice to see you again. Thanks for the $9.99. Did you know that in Washington State it's illegal to kill Bigfoot? And sorry, Gemma, Scotland has a conservation program planned in the case that the Loch Ness monster turns out to be real. We do that for the tourists.
Interestingly, on the Loch Ness monster, you'll notice that over the time where folklore and where popular media has influenced folklore, the sightings of Nessie look different to how they used to look. It was more almost like a very flat animal, and now everyone sees it almost like a plesiosaur with like the neck craning out of the water. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, there was a whole thing
Probably because
about
it's bollocks.
St. Columba seeing Nessie, and it was like back because he saw like a sea serpent back in like like about 1,000 years ago, and that's where the whole thing kind of stemmed from and the whole history of it. And then obviously a lot of people drew Nessie like a kind of large snake-like monster.
Yeah.
And then obviously and then the plesiosaur thing came about in the 90s, I think, or at least that's what I thought. I think
glimpse
anyway.
into potential alien life. One such recent case can be seen in a video shared by KH.
See what I mean?
Like that's
straight away, the fucking resolution's turned all the way up.
By
Why does it look like that?
Via the British news outlet The Sun.
Why does every UFO sighting look like
filmed
this?
on Jankar Beach in East Java in Indonesia in May of 2021.
2021 this was shot.
What kind of phone are they using? Because that's definitely a phone camera. It's not like they're using some sort of consumer grade video. Like they're using a phone camera.
Yeah, it's vertical. It's obviously a phone camera.
But it's like they've zoomed it all the way in, like so we can't see what the fuck's going on.
The unknown object leaves a trail of smoke behind it.
Okay. I mean, at that resolution, that could be literally anything.
Down
Now, I personally don't have an explanation for it. However, you're on a boat, there's boats all around. That could be anything, even as simple as someone's lure on a fishing line descending. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it could be, because obviously, with the fact that it's shot on a potato, like, you wouldn't be able to see the line coming down. Or, it could be fucking space junk.
Yeah, it could be anything. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? It's recorded at such poor quality. It's basically impossible to discuss
so
it.
widely shared that the Indonesian government space agency
It kind of looks like a tampon flying into the water. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
They've speculated so far that it could be a large balloon or balloon-like object that happened to fall from the sky. Other experts in the field suggested that the aircraft could be the work of Russia or China, perhaps testing craft of
That's
their
what
own.
it is. Putin did it.
A lot of viewers have been quick to jump on the alien theory.
Yeah. I mean, it
suggesting
might
that
just be fake, to be fair. Like, again, the resolution's so low.
extraterrestrials have decided to explore the Earth's oceans. With more and more individuals acknowledging
Why do the videos never look like this?
the
Whose
possibility
pictures
of
he's using?
UFOs,
You never
this
get any
could be a
video that
case
looks
of
that
another
clear.
genuine
That's what the
sighting.
video of aliens looks
Though
like.
just what this particular UFO's intentions are remain unknown.
Like, you gotta record this UFO on my Sony Mavica. Space tampon.
In another case of a potentially haunted museum, the
Okay,
Essendon-
so far we've had we've had 3 videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 videos, 2 of which we could easily explain. Only one of which has really given us any jip, but that's only because it's impossible to see anything.
My nose wasn't food.
It's like, bite. mean, he hasn't got proper teeth, so...
It didn't hurt. It was just like, what are you doing?
Museum of Moscow has claimed that a ghost might be wandering their halls. The employees uploaded a video to YouTube showcasing the incident in question, hoping to get potential answers
You always know it's going to be quality when they're filming the screen.
from other viewers. What they got instead was more mystery. In the short clip, we can see part of the museum as seen on CCTV. Suddenly, a black shadow-looking figure floats across the screen before disappearing completely.
That's just something Shadow
Security
from
guard in
off.
the
That's just something Shadow from off frame. Something's moved. See, when things move in three-dimensional space like that, near a light source, they're going to move backwards and forwards. The shadow's going to appear and move around like that. Fuck
neighbour in
me.
kindergarten claims that they too saw a strange shadow moving around the museum's grounds. Initially, they felt no one would believe them if they mentioned a potential presence, so they decided to keep quiet. It wasn't until they started to hear strange knocking sounds around the grounds that they decided to bring it up to other co-workers. At first, it was suspected to be bad weather caught on camera, perhaps a raindrop trickling down the
Yeah.
lens. However,
Bad weather
after a
caught on
council
camera.
meeting, it was decided that it wasn't bad weather at all. Instead, it was concluded to be a complete mystery. Some theories suggest the poet Sergei Yesenin, who the museum is dedicated to, has come to visit.
I'm sorry, how have you arrived at that? How have you arrived at a deceased poet's ghost from what looks like the shadow of a cat out of frame? A lot of people are saying it's a bug on the lens, and that's also very likely.
Yeah.
Again, when I first looked at it, my instinct was that it was a small animal, not
At first, it was suspected
Not
to
on
be
the,
bad weather caught on camera, perhaps a raindrop trickling down the lens. However, after a council meeting, it was decided that it wasn't bad weather at all. Instead,
But
it
Jacob,
was concluded
how
to be
can
a
there
complete
be a
mystery.
shader if it was raining?
Some theories suggest the poet Sergei Yesenin, who the museum is
I mean, the light source other than the sun.
I mean, that poet just looks like
dedicated
Matt
to,
Damon.
has come to visit.
I'm going to say Matt Dixon.
Yesenin lived in the building from 1911 to 1918. Shortly, many other sources. So, until there's concrete proof of something else going on here, this may be the best explanation to run with. Unfortunately, most UFO footage tends to be blurry and shaky, making
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
the videos hard to decipher and believe. As such, 99% of UFO videos tend to be disregarded and left behind. Fortunately, one Redditor, Udalali1, managed to capture a clear shot of something very
So
suspicious.
this is
in
London.
Okay.
So this is London.
So this guy can set the scene for us, Gemma. He's gone. Luckily, this Redditor was able to capture clear footage of aliens from outer space.
This Redditor.
sky that's turning many skeptics into believers. The Reddit footage, shot late one evening in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, shows
Oh, no,
viewers
it's
the
not
street
London,
at
it's-
night time.
Brooklyn.
In the sky in the background, you can see a perfect triangular formation of three lights. The
No
set of lights
explanation
seem
for
to
that.
fly
Oh
slowly.
no! I mean, it couldn't possibly be that, three things are moving in unison. Be they three aircraft, for example, or those little lanterns that you put. The little floating lanterns. You put the balloons and you float them up into the air, and
Or-
they look exactly like that.
Or someone pointing a laser.
It could be a number of things, but to say it defies explanation, just isn't
Slowly upward in the air,
Isn't the
and
case.
eventually out of sight.
what it really looks like to me.
It's an aircraft.
As I say, it looked well. Yes, it almost certainly is an aircraft. What I'm saying, what it looks like though, is it really looks like three of those little lanterns, but moving in perfect unison, which is unlikely. So yeah, I'm gonna say plane.
Yeah.
Plane or planes, but they're in a sort of a triangle, not unlike the shape of the front of a plane. Like this, half of a plane, like the wings and whatever it's called, the nose. You know, the jeb end of the plane.
Yeah. Did you
Other
guys
Redditors
answer my
were
lizard
completely
question? I
blown
had to
away
dip.
by this footage,
What was the
believing
question
that
again?
This is rare proof
There's
of
been a
something
lot of
strange
questions,
happening
and
in our
I want
skies.
to make sure that I did
The
answer.
video's original
So what was
poster
the question,
said that he
please?
couldn't make out any aircraft in particular, but believed
Apparently, no. Everyone saw it number one. No one saw any of the other clips. So
lights might be
whatever the final
independent
one
of
is
each
going to be,
other.
the final one's going to be laughable
In
if
this
even the
case,
people who
each
watch
line
Slapped
could
Ham know it's fake.
represent a tiny aircraft. Others, however, were sure that they could faintly make out the outline of one big spacecraft. One Redditor suggested the
I love
idea that this could be a set of
Nuke's
spy
top 5 at
satellites
the
belonging
side
to
has
the
a video
US
and it's
military,
top 5
set to
scary ghost
overwatch
videos that'll
activity
make your
below.
daddy leave.
These satellites have been
Brilliant.
spotted before by others, especially in the New York City area. So could this formation indeed be a set of satellites that are watching the city as it reopens for the summer? Give this video another watch and judge for yourself. As such, here's yet another possible
eerie
haunting,
orb.
as seen at the
more
Pavlov's
dust.
Palace in
Yeah,
St.
it's just going to be
Petersburg.
dust again, isn't it?
Employees became concerned after seeing a mysterious orb in the Egyptian room of the palace. Sharing the footage to Instagram under their
Oh, the
handle,
Egyptian room.
Pavlov's
Definitely
Palace
not going to
and
be any dust
Park,
in there.
the video continues to perplex.
It's in a museum. You wouldn't find dust in a
Anyway,
museum.
No,
in the
correct.
Everything in there's so
the
new.
interior of the palace as seen at 1 a.m.
That's why it's called a museum.
A few moments into the video, a bright
Nailed it.
orb appears in the middle of
Right,
the
no,
room.
it's dust, bro. It's literally
Floats
dust. We've
slowly
been over
forward
this in one of
before
the earlier
disappearing in the
clips.
frame.
It's fucking dust, you absolute cretin.
The employees of the museum
Oh my
tried to make sense
God.
of this phenomenon.
Nobody growing
by
to
pouring through
fucking hate this guy.
Yep.
This strange little clip seems to show a cat interacting with an object that has left the internet collectively puzzled.
Oh, so my favorite.
Everyone in the chat's talking about this everyone in the comment section saw this fucking clip, Gemma, so obviously it's going to be garbage. We
Yeah.
just know it's going
In
to
the
be
video,
garbage.
we can see
My
a black
question was,
cat
what is your
sitting
favorite
in the
thing about
middle
your
of a room.
lizards? I like how mine climb on my arm, even though
In
it
front
hurts
of the
'cause they're
animal is a
leopard gecko and they
mysterious
have
dark
claws.
object.
I
that's
just
hard
love
to
the way
make
that
out.
they just sit
Oh,
and they're
sorry.
so placid and they just sort of
The
like
cat
jump
looks around the room,
and
though
they're
nothing
just
else
so
can be
free and I
seen.
love it. They're really cute all the time.
He then looks back at the shape in front of him for a short period before he slowly leans forward and inspects it.
Yep, it's a bat. Just as everyone in the chat's just like, that's a...
That's a
Cat
bat.
then reaches
Yeah.
out a paw.
Everyone's like,
and
"That's
the
a
unknown
sick
object
bat."
Seems to jump up for a moment before going back down.
It's a
The
injured
feline
bat,
nervously
and the
moves
cat's like,
away
oh,
to avoid the object.
should I eat that?
Whatever it is,
That is a
at
giant
times it
cat,
appears
to be
small.
fair. What
Yeah.
Then
kind of cat? Is it
expands
like a
rapidly in
panther?
size.
I mean, I don't know if it's just the.
It's the perspective.
It's the perspective, but the cat.
It's just
looks
it's just a
huge.
it's just a
These
regular
strange
cat. It's just the
movements and
perspective.
changes in
Yeah.
size that have left viewers perplexed.
Fuck me! What an embarrassment. All right, how does the video wrap
Time
up?
to come. What do you think this mysterious animal is? Let me know
Bat.
your thoughts down below.
Now, if you want to see some more scary videos, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise,
Thank you, Peter, for the $4.99. I wonder how the people who believe this would react if they found out I share a first name with Peter Blagojevic, a supposed real-life vampire. I don't know who that is. Like, someone might be worth reading about, though. A supposed real-life vampire. That sounds interesting. It's one of those interesting historical figures, I'm sure. Yeah. Absolute fucking nonsense.
Yep.
So just another video of sheer embarrassment. It boggles my mind that this shit is popular. Like 2.34 million subscribers. This video again, it came out last week. It'll soon hit 500,000 views. And what am I doing making movies?
All you have to do is take videos and then find dust particles,
Yeah.
and that'll get tons of views.
Yeah, I could look at dust and go, no one can explain that. This defies reason.
Or what you could do is take a video of the stairs, and
Yeah.
then I'll be at the top of the stairs banging, and they'll be like, and then you'll walk up the stairs, and I will have hidden in the room.
Yeah, but no one can explain where this banging came from. Fucking embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
But bars are spoony, they don't make movies. That's true, but also very sad.
So, anyway, top 10 scary videos that are straight up bussin'.
What is with the phrase bussin' at the moment? I don't know what
Also,
it means.
I feel like this shouldn't be bus, this should be bus.
Bussin'?
Because it's
Busan.
like, no, like bussy.
Bussy. Bursan. Like the
Because
cheese.
obviously bussy looks like it should be bussy, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I now, because of the internet, I now see BUSS and my mind immediately is, Nikocado Avocado's anus. So I look at this word and I'm immediately thinking bussy.
Yeah. It's like, you know what's really bussin'? You know what's really fucking bussin'? I've just seen that in so many fucking Instagram videos.
Then these top 10 scary videos are straight up bussin'.
Straight up bussin'.
Number 10.
Zoomers come up with the weirdest words.
On Zoom. Zoom has served this past year well, from remote meetings to virtual classes.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you speak like this?
Conferencing app has allowed its users to stay productive during a lost
Magic
year.
school
In this
button.
case, it even saved a student in Ecuador who faced intruders while on a Zoom call. Published in September of 2020, 4 men broke into a female student's home during a live Zoom class, only to end up in cuffs shortly after. The terrifying incident was entirely caught on camera. The woman is seen in the video turning around to witness.
Like, do I even need to make fun of this? Do you know what I mean? Just let it play. I feel like that's enough. Like, the comedy just fucking writes itself.
Down and freezes. The professor and the students quickly jump into action, calling the police. In the meantime, the intruders manage to make off with 4,000.
To be fair, it's most of these people are making fun of him. It's sort of it's a meme, isn't it? Because of the Burger King foot lettuce thing.
I sure fucking hope so.
So the first video is scary because, it's some kind of crime happening. Okay.
Attendant published to YouTube in January of 2021. Christine was spending New Year's Eve with her friends and co-workers at City Garden Grand Hotel in the Philippines. Throughout the night, she appears to be enjoying herself with several friends in the CCTV footage, but was found the next day in a bathtub and had passed away. Those in the video have since been cleared, but police suspect foul play.
Okay, so that's just footage in a hotel where somebody was murdered. Like, that's not scary. That just makes me sad.
Yeah.
I was like, look at the nice or either was murdered or had died by accident from taking drugs, whatever. But like, look at these people having a lovely time. And one of them died hours later. Like, there's nothing frightening about that. It's just like, aside from it makes you think about mortality, but it's like, that just makes me feel sorry for her and her friends.
But Cope, these top 10 scary videos are straight up bussin'.
This is Pentagon confirmed US Navy footage from 2019. In the footage, unidentified flying objects shaped like spheres are seen plunging into the water off the coast of San Diego.
I'm not even looking at anything with this one.
In May of 2021,
I'm just looking at a black dot. Okay, let's fuck.
Look
Look how long this segment goes on for. I fucking go to number 7. Jesus.
To Congress, but I'm doubtful that we'll ever see that report. Number
Chills
7.
talks in
Lights and
italics.
sound. If you hear this sound,
so good.
Run for cover. Rays of light shine upward in this video, published to Paranormal
It's
World
a
in
cloud.
December of
I was
2020.
gonna say, like,
It's clouds. It's probably rain,
Yeah.
actually, coming down from the fucking clouds.
But that's not the only oddity in this clip. Turn the sound on full volume and you'll be blasted into the... It becomes more symphonic.
Oh no, certainly nobody could have added that sound in post.
Number
God,
6,
no.
secret room.
That would be difficult.
Discovering a hidden room
And
in
not
your
super
home
easy.
always begs the question, what was it used
Barely
for?
anything. I'm not gonna do
Posted to TikTok by Abby Maya 14. This TikToker found an entire hidden basement in her storage cupboard. Well, it's not unusual for a home to
Urban
have some sort of
explorers
crawl
have
space
no
beneath
sense of
it.
danger.
This one is particularly
Yeah, not only are you running the risk of, falling through a floor and breaking your neck, but there's also a very realistic chance that vagrants could just be living in these places.
Yeah.
But they're like, I want to see a spooky ghost. I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
creepy because it looks lived in. After tearing up the floor, the homeowner discovered wooden steps leading down to a full-on basement. Not only can you
Well, this one could be scary. This could be, frightening.
stand fully upright in this hidden subterranean room, it appears as though someone once called this space home. A poster is plastered to the wall and it looks as though it's been clawed to pieces. There are benches in one corner and what appears to be a hearth. So again, this begs the question.
That's not how that word is pronounced.
What word?
He meant to say hearth, but he said hearth.
Hearth.
What was this room
Hearth.
used for? Some in the comments of the video have
Did I say Urban
speculated that
Exploder?
this might be an air
I
raid
said
shelter.
Urban Exploder.
Others say perhaps
Those words sound the same with your accent.
Yeah.
It's
It might have been.
it's the hard R. It sounds like a D.
someone was
Yeah.
squatting down there. It's
I
probably
definitely said
best to climb
exploder.
up out of there, cover it over with a rug, and throw away the key. Number 5, playtime. There's nothing wrong with an imaginary friend, but when these friends
There's nothing wrong with an imaginary friend, unless you're a 29-year-old man from Ramsgate.
He's 39.
That's what you take from that bitch? I got his age slightly wrong. Not fucking, I don't know, haha, funny joke about Toby.
It was a funny joke about Toby, but I had to confess.
turn evil,
He's
playtime
39.
is over. Published by
Gem out
Birdman
here with the
in March
hard
of
R, damn.
2021. This video has been making the rounds in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community for good reason. The video shows a girl playing alone, or at least she first appears to be. With her doll lying beside her, the girl is reading
Top
a book.
10 times
Whoever
Peter
she's
Griffin
reading
is
with
sworn.
keeps turning the page. The invisible hand seems not to bother the girl initially, as she just flips the page
Oh
back
no!
and keeps
Air
on reading.
conditioning!
But then she clearly gets frustrated with her imaginary friend's impatience and cries
With her imaginary friends impatient. Oh my
out
God.
about it.
You're testing my patience, Jules.
There also appears at times to be something peeking around the corner behind her, something with a white face.
He's a ghost.
Is
or
this
just a
imaginary
face?
friend actually a ghost that resides in the home, or is it something?
Or
That's
is
a doll.
That's something. Also, that's something you added in.
Or is it dog?
Nuclear bunker. Exploring an abandoned secret nuclear bunker.
Number 5.
I'm actually bored of this one now.
Ghosts heard our N-word in urban neighborhood.
So I think we know what time it is.
Oh!
So if you're not familiar with Ghost Doctor, it's a show hosted by the Irate Gamer. He's not the Irate Gamer anymore. He's now Ghost Doctor. EVP legit made me give a huge goosebump. How does one give a goosebump? And made me flinched. It was so intense that the chill bump slams my back. Chris loved that. He's hearts to every single comment. So yeah, this is Irate Gamer's ghost hunting channel.
Tonight is
Also, there's some drunken imbecile screaming in the street, so just bear with us.
a very special investigation. The Oliver House, one of the most haunted places in Toledo. It's one of the most notorious places for harboring haunted activity.
Haunted activity. It's so Irate Gamery.
And they have not opened their doors in 10 years. But tonight, they've opened their doors for me. And I cannot wait for the Ghost Doctor to get in and see what we can find here. And throughout the night, paranormal activity here ramps up so much.
Probably best not to do that and give away your address.
True.
Because, we could get our windows smashed in for interfering.
Whoa. If this is one roller coaster ride you have to see for yourself, wow, this thing's going nuts. To believe. I want to know you're here. Can you touch my hand?
Do you think all the ghosts are just going to be Chris green screened in Halloween costumes?
Yeah. The dubbing is
My
bad
name is
anime
Chris
level.
Morris, and I'm the first ever ghost behaviorist. I interact with spirits by studying their behavior patterns.
Cope,
So
you
were
missed
involved
that.
in
What?
crash,
Go
correct?
back.
I'll go back.
And I come armed with psychology. So,
I love the way his videos are.
so you were involved in. My name is Chris Boris.
No, but you can just keep going.
Oh my god.
And I'm the first ever ghost behaviorist. I interact with.
It's like that thing, and it's always sunny.
Point of death.
Confused.
Okay, I'm gonna full screen this, guys, and I want to give. Oh shit! I want to give you all an opportunity to screen grab that because I think we've got the making of a superb fucking
And I'm
meme
the
here.
first ever ghost behaviorist.
Supreme meme.
Interact with
There, we got the makings of a supreme meme right here. Chris Bore's ghost behaviorist. We got point of death, confused, hungry, wandering, destructive, and stuck.
spirits by studying their behavior patterns.
He still has the stare. All these years on, he still has the irate gamer stare.
So you were involved in that crash, correct? And I come armed with psychology, sociology, and ancient texts to connect with the spirit
It's
on
just
a
so
higher
much
level, which has
he's
never
trying to
been
be
done
smart.
With these new skill sets,
Those guys are spooks,
talk with
monsters,
them,
ghosts.
die in this room,
Poltergeists
interview them,
and EVPs.
and really get into their psyche. He wants to kill somebody, which in turn helps me to diagnose them.
I love that that's his real voice. Like, that wasn't a voice that he put on for the irate gamer. That's really just how he speaks. What kind of sadistic asshole will put a pizza box right here? What a piece of cowabunga shit.
Hauntings in this world are on the rise.
Every line. Every line. Hauntings of this world are on the rise. Just waiting for Fred and Barney to just come out and gang rape him.
And it's because these bigger issues are at play. I'm here to counsel the dead and help empower the homeowners they haunt.
Ooh, you're right here, aren't you?
The next level of ghost hunting is here because the ghost doctor is in.
Ghost Doctor.
So, he had a show before this, which I think was just called Ghost Behaviorist. And Tom Morgan bought me a fucking DVD of it from America in this shitty, like from his website, from this like shitty box. It was horrible. Like, the printing was bad. It was just disgraceful. He sells his own spooky ghost shows on his website. You can buy them on DVD, and that was my birthday present from Tom.
Yeah, that was amazing. I think we watched it one night with like a ton of booze. And
Yeah, I remember nothing though because I was absolutely off my face.
you fell asleep, and me and your mum was just out watching.
Yeah, we were getting trashed with my mum, by the way. It wasn't just the two of us. We invited my mum over to drink and watch Chris Bore's with us.
Yes.
So we are in what used to be the main entrance of the Oliver House when it was built back in the 1850s. This used to be a luxury hotel in downtown Toledo, and over in this side here, this used to be the original entrance, which has changed over the years. But this place used to be a hotel for about 30 years. Then it switched over to being a flop house at the end of the century there. And then around the 1920s, this...
I'd like to remind you that this guy also used to review toys while LARPing as a Minecraft character.
Doesn't he still do this?
Probably.
A bank. This used to be
Hey, it's Minecraft
a
Steve.
bank vault
Puppet Steve.
back
Puppet
in the
Steve.
day, where people used to
They're just like calling it Ghost Doctor and not Dr. Boo.
store their belongings, so it was away from the main bank, and robbers couldn't.
It's like calling the movie Seaspiracy instead of Conspiracy.
Yeah,
It's like, what's wrong with you?
exactly.
To it. Now, even though this area is used for a banquet hall today, there are a lot of spirits that actually roam this part of the building. According to one psychic that used to do tours of this building, there is one spirit here that
Oh, according to a psychic, well, you know it's true
used to
then.
be a servant lady.
I remember he
that
showed me
was
that video he
murdered back
posted last
in the
year where he just went
1800s.
nuts.
She actually
Yeah, I
started
haven't seen it since, but it was on his
set up a
Facebook, and he was just ranting. He went on some, like, weird, like, this weird rant about kind of a paranormal pandemic, and it was talking about transgender people. It was fucking weird. It was like... I don't know if J.K. Rowling started writing Chris Bores for a while, but it was weird.
It was weird. Gemma, Jacob, Gemma, what's your opinion on Crypt TV? I think I've watched a couple of things of Crypt TV, but I cannot actually like pinpoint anything remotely about it. I've just heard of the channel name because I've seen it come up whenever me and Jacob search for spook if we're like really tired.
And he didn't want his reputation tarnished, so he had her murdered. Of course, that story is all hearsay, so we're going to try our best to substantiate those claims with our investigation tonight.
Oh, hold on, Chris. Are you saying you're going to do some research? Because that would be kind of a first for you.
That's why Irate Gamer sucked. He was researching ghosts all this time.
Some of the other spirits that
Well, he wasn't
here
researching
are a
the
lot
fucking
of
games he talked about, was he?
There's children of boys, children of girls. For Moon, this place was a flop house. So hopefully we can make contact
Oh,
with
remember
those
that
spirits.
timeline where we had an AVG and Irate Gamer crossover last year?
The only good joke in that, because it was shit.
It was so
the only
shit.
good video. It was so like Irate Gamer. It was like so fucking Irate Gamer.
Yeah.
But the only good joke in the whole thing is when he did a joke about Nostalgia Critic, like trying to ride their coattails, and there was a comment, and there was like, "Hey." I was like, "Oh, this review was great. I made a 40-minute response, which is my love letter to it, or something like that." It was making fun of the Wall video. And I was like, "That's good." So it was topical at the time. I was like, "That's really good."
Mm-hmm.
Smoking lounge used to be for the men back when this place was a hotel. People have reported hearing a male figure interacting with a male figure in this location. And a really cool piece of history is this wallpaper.
A really cool piece of history is that the game is actually Doki Doki Panic.
Here is actually the very first wallpaper that existed in Toledo. So it's kind of a cool historical artifact right there.
Okay, that is cool.
Now on the other side,
I don't have to put a spooky noise in. Like, they're so aware of how boring Chris is. They have to have it go. Whee!
Of this banquet hall, we have more spirits in this area. Mainly by the ladies' bathroom. Sometimes they report hearing a little girl sobbing.
I like to zoom in on the girl symbol.
Now this area
Hello.
Again, I like to think
Lady
he's being transphobic again.
Of a woman whose
It was just
husband
like-
ended up leaving for the war.
Like they
and
zoom in
she
on
was
the
staying here for a
lady
very
sort of
long
symbol. He's just
time.
going, "You can't pee here."
It's like, hello, Miss Lady Punks. We're watching Chris Bore's Ghost Doctor.
Mr. Oliver, the person that built this place, and it's right there. Bears a striking resemblance to Tim Allen.
Excuse
He
me?
just looks so proud of himself.
I mean, I guess I kind of see it. I kind of see the Tim Allen thing, but like, yeah, he's really happy about that.
I don't think so, Tim.
Hang on.
What?
He looks like Tim Allen, does he, Chris? Well, could we perhaps see an appearance of the neighbour from Home Improvement?
That is just you.
It's just you
Not
on a
even
green
doing
screen.
Not even doing a voice.
Hey, neighbour! It's me, the guy from Home Improvement. I'm in a bunch of videos of yours for some reason.
Someone's like in the chat's like, is that Kevin Spacey? And I'm like, I can see Kevin Spacey more than Tim Allen in there.
I think it looks like both. Like,
Yeah.
but he was so chuffed about the Tim Allen
So
thing.
with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn out all the lights and get this investigation started. All right, so I'm going to start in this main area first. See if I can contact one of the spirits that likes to hang around in this area.
Oh, here it comes. He's going to contact the
got a
spirits,
motion
guys. He's
sensor on
going to
this
do it.
device. If something
What the
touches it,
hell?
the blue lights will go off. All kinds of crazy stuff. And these are my K2 meters. All right, if there's anything in the area that wishes to speak to me,
No.
I am your vessel. I am ready to hear you, get your word, get your story out.
I never want to hear
Get
Chris
your
Forrest say
story
that he is my vessel.
I think it's just the way he's positioning himself as this quite a heroic figure. You know, I'm here selflessly trying to help these ghosts pass on, you know, and cross over to the next life.
So the person I'm really hoping to contact tonight is the servant woman that was murdered on this premises. Word has it that there used to be tunnels underneath this place that led out to the Toledo Bay. And
This is the
according
thing
to
I was
psychic,
trying to talk about
they
the other day.
killed her and took
Why
her
are all
body
the fucking
out to the bay.
ghosts in America?
All right, so this is an obelisk.
You know,
This is
and
what
they're
we
always
call a
really
voice
like
box for the dead.
ghosts from like about 75 to 90 to like 100 odd years ago, because America's very, very young compared to the rest of the world. But you never really have any like you never really have any kind of like ghosts from the 80s and 90s that seem to be flying around, sort of like gonna you know, they're like, oh, this person's wearing leg warmers and is like in the gym
there's a ghost which wears a shell suit that, you know, haunts this park. You see it running sometimes, like in Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, I don't know. It never happens. Ghosts are always from the fucking 19th century.
Yeah. It was like, they go back to about between like the 17th and 19th centuries. You don't get a ton of medieval ghosts. No.
You also don't get ghosts from 2007.
Like where they're like, leave Britney alone.
Yeah. What was that tweet somebody put out? It was like, imagine at 4 a.m. you see it. It's Britney, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get that.
Usually it'll take energy in an area and associate a word to it. If you want to speak to me and put a word on this device, now's the time.
What are you basing that on, Chris? The ghosts are going to put a word on the device? I want you to explain that to me.
Yeah.
I would like to sit down with you and you to explain. In fact, I'm sure we can't make this happen. But there are lots of young countries. She was being general. But I'd love to sit down with Chris and have him explain the science of these machines.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to me clearly and concisely what these machines do and, most importantly, how they work. How does a ghost put a word on what looks like... It looks like one of those personal organizers from the 90s. Like, how does it do it?
To me, it sounds like they just put on AM radio and wait for and then like start tuning it until a word pops up.
If there's anything you want to tell me.
So it was like, please let it be the end.
Like, Chris, this is bollocks. Like, this is such fucking bullshit.
You. Whoa, check that out.
Someone's banging the opening rhythm to the Terminator theme song, okay?
The temperature reading is 666.
666.
Fucking hell, Chris, really? What year do you think it is right now that you can pull that shit?
That's not evil or anything.
The people are going to be freaked out by that.
Whoa. Who is this?
Lights means
is this
ghost.
a servant lady? Can you do that again?
Like, what's that meant to detect?
Is that an EMF meter?
And also, is this the servant lady? Maybe you could have learnt her name, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe that would have helped. Maybe if there is such a thing as a ghost,
kind of
they're not going to want to talk to you if you don't know their fucking
Out of
name.
666, it automatically
You
jumped
call
up
them
to
the
667.
servant.
Yeah, it wasn't me because the orange lights would have went off.
Yeah, you're hitting the table
So
and
who
the light
touched this
is going.
device? Was it one of the kids? Touch it again. Man, that was so weird. Right when I said... Oh, there we go.
Again, with these, he's got these two devices now, and with the little one with the flashing, he said the yellow one is him and the blue one is somebody else. How does it work? Break it down for me, Chris. Break down the science of how that device works. in a way that isn't a bunch of nonsense.
By the way, I'm not going to be able to read the chat because my phone is dead. But
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, guys. We're gonna have to miss the end of the incredible fucking Chris Bore's Ghost Hunter show, Ghost Doctor. We're gonna have a quick look at some video titles though.
Oh, wait, I didn't know this was new.
Yeah, Ghost Doctor's brand new. Look at that. Paranormal Decoding the Ring. I was like, I'm going to talk about the remake as well. I'm not even going to talk about a classic. I'm going to talk about the shitty remake. Brilliant. That one I think is on the DVD, the Witch's Tower one.
Featured Chris Neo, the irate gamer. And that picture!
I love how he's not ashamed of that. You know, he hasn't tried to distance himself. He hasn't gone, well, I don't really want to link the irate gamer to this because clearly the irate gamer is something to be embarrassed about. No, he proudly is like, yep.
Look at the about for a second, because I want to read that out. The irate gamer returns. Yes, I know I'm retired, but I kind of miss doing these episodes and the fans wanted more, so I'm all returning for the fans. I will post videos whenever I can get to them. This isn't my main focus at the moment, but I will try to give the fans what they want. Since everyone what they want. Since everyone loves the first season of shows, enjoy.
Everyone loves the first season of shows. What does that mean for a start off? And also, does everyone love season 1 of the irate gamer? Let's find out. Let's see. Alright. Oh, these are all like new uploads.
That one's an old one.
Yeah. No, they don't. Chris. No, they don't.